Part 3. Flip a couple of chapters to Psalms 115, 16 through 18 for a minute. Let me know when you get there. I told you the little inside guy had no scare. I told you. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Oh, that was you. That was you. Okay. You there? Okay. All right, guys. Quote, "The heavens of heavens belong to the Lord, but he has given the earth to the sons of men." Listen up, listen up. "The dead shall not praise thee, O Lord, nor any that go down to Hades, but we the living will bless the Lord for henceforth and forever." Example. Am I the only person who can see a problem when looking at this with conventional understanding? If not, how can the dead praise anyone? And I thought you automatically go to Hades when you're dead. It makes no sense thinking about it like a Hebrew Christian. No, the dead are the Rephaim, and there are many who have gone down alive to Hades. But check this one out. Uncle Isaiah 8 and 19. Quote, "And if they should say to you, seek those who have in them a divining spirit, and them that speak out of the earth, them that speak vain words, who speak out of their belly." Example. Yep, the very things the Ten Commandments told us not to make images of nor bow down to them. Notice, those with divining spirits are talking to something outside of them that speak out of the earth. But believe it or not, this practice is bigger now than it was in antiquity. Only this time, they win awards for doing it. Let me explain. Here are a couple of interview transcripts of a couple of famous people explaining the craft they call method acting. Listen to them and see if they are synonymous acts or not. I picked this particular interview because he touched on many things and how many people are doing it without actually saying it. Check it out. The first interview is Nicolas Cage. Cage. "What I like to sometimes do is go outside the box and find something that's more than natural, abstract, larger than life, a vanguard in some way. Uh, you can do it in all sorts of art forms. You can do it in painting. You can do it in music. Why can't you do it in film acting?" The interviewer. I, I read that you actually kind of painted your face and got into character of ghostwriter, even though we don't see your face because you are a flaming skull on the screen. But Cage steps in. "Yeah, well, what happened is when you make a decision to use the outside to work in, not only does it give you a kind of power, not unlike a child on Halloween, it also instills fear in your co-stars and the people around you. And you see that in their faces and their eyes, and you don't have to act because you now have power from their fear." The interviewer. "And I know you are a big comic book buff. That is that true? You kind of a comic book fan for a long time?" Cage. "I used to read many comics, especially as an 8-year-old, and Ghost Rider was one of them. Comic books are a uniquely American invention that has really changed the world. In my opinion, they are no different than Greek myths, Norse myths, Grimm's fairy tales. They give people a kind of identity, which gives them power in some way. I've met cops who actually wear Superman and Batman t-shirts underneath their uniforms to give them power. Example. Wow! Did you hear that? Amazing. Now, do you see the unintended consequences of having images and such? Any image or anything can be used as a conduit for outside power, whether you believe it or not. But I know, you need more proof of the demons under the stairs misleading mankind. I got that. I got that. Let's go even deeper into the web of the netherworld. Uncle Isaiah 19:3. Quote, and the spirit of the Egyptians shall be troubled within them, and I will frustrate their counsel, and they shall inquire of their gods with an S, and their images, and them that speak out of the earth, and them that have in them a divining spirit. Example. Again, their gods, images, and those with divining spirits are all different from, quote, them that speak out of the earth. I am not saying these are the mortals. I'm saying these are those that are hiding themselves in hell and the giants they are creating. You know, those things that could be considered a god under the earth and under the water of the earth. That is who I'm saying they are talking to. You know, let me see this. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm thinking here. I'm going to go back up here. Hold on a second. No. Let me stay on point. Let me stay. Mr. Lamont just came in my mind. Let me stay on point. Okay. You guys want to know what they're saying to each other? Do you want to know? They are making deals, pacts, and accords of cooperation. Check out the deal the Israelis have with the people under the stairs. Uncle Isaiah 28:14 through 19. Quote, therefore hear ye the words of the Lord, ye afflicted men, and ye princes of this people that is in Jerusalem. Stop. So as you can see, it's talking about mortal leaders under the oppression of angelic princes living in Jerusalem in the latter days. Let's continue. Quote, because ye have said, personal quote, we have made a covenant with Hades and agreements with an S with death, semicolon. Stop. So as you can see, the Israelis have not only a covenant with those in Hades, they have agreements with an S with death itself. Could this be? Would this be? One of the real reasons the Israelis are the only nations the Assyrians will take back to the netherworld. A deal gone bad, perhaps? It was just a question. But did you notice there is a semicolon behind the word death? And that can only mean whatever is said next are the terms of the covenant and their agreements. Check it out. Verse 15. Quote, because ye have said, quote, we have made a covenant with Hades and agreements with death. If the rushing storm should pass, it shall not come upon us. We have made falsehoods our hope, and by falsehoods shall we be protected. Stop. Okay, so my God has given us two pieces of information to work with. The first is their deal involves a rushing storm. Sounds like some sort of trouble that affects everything in its path to me. And the second dealing is a great falsehood of not only hope, but a falsehood that provides some sort of protection as well. Sounds like some sort of witchcraft and sorcery program that affects the mind and perception of the others so that they remain protected and safe. Interesting. Interesting yet plausible set of clues indeed. Don't you think? Wait. You do know covenants and agreements go both ways, right? I give you something and you give me something. I mean, if they are asking for safety, you know their motto, never again. what are they giving to them in return? It was just a question. I don't mean nothing by it. Let's continue for more clues. I will let the beat rock so you can hear their deal and what my God says about their deal. Oh, yeah. And a little something thrown in for Old Covenant Israel to ponder as well. Ready? Quote, if the rushing storm should pass, it shall not come upon us. We have made falsehood our hope, and by falsehood shall we be protected. Therefore, thus says the Lord, even the Lord, behold, I laid for the foundations of Zion a costly stone, a choice, a cornerstone, a precious stone for its foundation. And he that believes on him shall by no means be ashamed. And I will cause judgment to be for hope, and my compassion shall be for just measures. And ye that trust vainly in falsehoods shall fall, for the storm shall by no means pass by you, except it also take away your covenant of death. And your trust in Hades shall by no means stand. If the rushing storm shall come upon you, ye shall be beaten down by it. Whenever it shall pass by, it shall take you. Morning by morning, it shall pass by in the day, and in the night there shall be an evil hope. Example. I love it when my God talk like that. I don't know about you, but this is what I am perceiving in a nutshell. I perceive the storm is the Assyrian or one of the kings that come out before the specific Assyrian. I perceive it is this power who my God told us not to deal with or have any images of in the Ten Commandments. It is this power that is producing the Israelis are wonderful effect. Thus, through the might of America and others, their protection is stable. But as we can also see through the scriptures and others, the specific Assyrian is going to not only run roughshod over the Assyrians, thus breaking their agreement and covenants, but it also matches up perfectly with this prophecy as well. You remember it. The Assyrian storm monster army will take them back to the netherworld around the clock. Please remember, Uncle Daniel people, you got to remember all things together. Please remember this. Remember the Assyrian